Hello everyone, I'm Seth with Exotic Motorsports, and this is our 2013 Ford F-150 SVT Raptor. This is a Roush as well, so it is supercharged. It's also been vinyl wrapped with a very unique kind of matte black pattern vinyl. Front end looks really good. There's very minimal wear. Of course, there are some rock chips on the front, but due to the wrap, it's actually a lot less noticeable than it would normally be if they were in the paint. There's a few of them around the headlight bezel there. There's almost no wear on the center section. Down here looks pretty good too. So just a few blemishes across the front, but not too many. The front of the hood has probably the most noticeable imperfections. The vinyl has started to split a little bit. You can kind of see that in there. Looking at the front driver's side fender, there's a few marks in the vinyl. Other than that, it looks good. Front driver's side wheel. Very nice Method race wheels. They look great, no imperfections there. Driver's side mirror has a few bugs and rock chips on it, but overall doesn't look bad. Front driver's side door. The vinyl is kind of starting to have some issues here around the seam of the door. It is kind of starting to flake a little bit there. Kind of just the whole side seam of the door there. And there it is bubbling here along the side as well. Then you have chips and other issues in the vinyl. The trim pieces look good. They don't look faded. Looking at the rear driver's side door, pretty similar situation. Just a few small quality issues in the vinyl, some marks, a few small tears and things like that. There's a bigger one. And then of course there's some small scratches, and it's bubbling along that seam as well. Looking at the driver bed side here, we have a scuff there, some light scratching. Hasn't torn through the vinyl yet, but you can see the scuff marks on the vinyl. A few rock chips along the side, some marks there. In the sunlight, the vinyl looks like almost more of a metallic gray kind of color. The contrast shift is kind of neat. Rear driver's side taillight has some marks in it, some scuffs, some scratches. I don't see any cracks. It doesn't look like the housing has completely separated, but there are some scuffs and cosmetic issues on the taillight. Let's go ahead and look at the rear driver's side wheel. So some of the paint is starting to come off around the center hub there. But other than that, it looks pretty good. On the lower portion of the bumper back here, we do have some scuffing. Do have inconsistent fading across the tailgate here. Vinyl is torn. At the top there, we have some pretty noticeable dents just above the tailgate handle. We have a few more cosmetic flaws above the passenger side exhaust. Going along the passenger side here, vinyl is torn down there. Do have a rather large scuff on the passenger bedside there. There's a little bit of inconsistent fading here. Lots of light scratches and scuffs along the top of the passenger bedside and over in this area too. Looks like there's some hard water stains in the vinyl wrap too. Looking at the rear passenger wheel. This wheel does not have a hub cover or axle nut cover, whatever you'd like to call that. Looking at the passenger, rear passenger door, there's some scratching going along down the side of the rear passenger door. There's some fading along the top edge of the door here, just under the window. Big scuff along the side there. It's torn in a few places down here. And then of course the bubbling along the side. Fading along the front passenger door, just under the window, same spot. A little bit of bubbling on this side, but not quite as bad. And then you can see the wrap is split down there from rock chips. Passenger mirror has some hard water spots. The wrap is pretty scratched at the top, and it is scuffed along the side of the mirror there. The front fender, front passenger fender, it's torn there by the SVT logo on the top portion of the fender. Vinyl wrap is faded along the wheel arch there. And then it looks like there's some rundown from water, from possibly hard water streaks from rainwater. So I will go ahead and walk around the truck from about a 1 to 2 foot distance to give you a good big picture idea of the condition the truck is in. Truck is not perfect. It is not a show truck. It does have cosmetic flaws, but I do believe it sounds way worse than it really is. Forgot to mention as well, the wrap around the Ford logo is torn. So although the wrap is pretty worn out and not fresh, the truck as a whole still looks good. There's no, or I should say very, very little physical body damage. The lenses on the lights look good, except for the rear driver taillight. That just has a little bit of scuffing. The wheels and tires look great. The running boards look great. All the glass is in good shape. The B-pillars are in good shape. Very little fading on the plastic trim. If you're not focused on the inconsistencies and deficiencies in the vinyl wrap itself, the truck really doesn't look bad. So here we'll take a look at the inside. We have nice black leather interior, Sony audio with the Microsoft Sync stereo, power memory seats with adjustable lumbar. They are heated and cooled as well. Nice Rush and Raptor stitching in the seats. Power adjustable tilt and telescoping steering wheel with adjustable pedal position. Twilight sensing headlights. Cruise control. Stereo controls there. Boost gauge because it is supercharged. Here on the odometer, it's reading 65,360 miles. And there you can see the front driver and passenger heated and cooled seat options. All the climate control options here, as well as the stereo controls. It does have dual zone climate control. Lots of auxiliary switches that you can wire different features into. Front cup holders. Gear shifter. Dash is in great condition. It's not cracked, it's not sun faded. Everything looks good. Front passenger seat, it's in great shape. The upholstery in the truck looks really good. Headliner's in great shape. Does have universal garage door openers as well. Does have a power sliding back window also, super nice to have. The upholstery in the back also looks fantastic. Back seats look new. No issues back there. Also have some rear center console cup holders, very cool feature. The inside of the truck looks super nice. The only fading or blemishes I really see are on the steering wheel right here. This red stripe is kind of worn down in the center, but the rest of the steering wheel is in really good shape. There's no issues there with that. So let's go ahead and look at the engine bay. It's kind of heavy, takes two hands to open that. It does have an intake. We have a Roush supercharger on our V8 Ford engine. Sounds super good, has a really smooth, healthy idle. It runs and drives great. This truck makes a ton of torque and is super fun to drive. The engine sounds really healthy. It shifts smooth, doesn't hesitate. The truck feels really good to drive. So that is our 2013 Ford F-150 Roush SVT Raptor. If you have any further questions, please feel free to check out the sales listing online. You can find it at www.exoticmotorsportsok.com. Thank you for watching.